Hi students, welcome to the part 2. In this part 2 of the first chapter, we are going to discuss the topics reflection, nomenclature regarding to the reflection of light and relationship among the angles such as angle of incidence, angle of reflection, angle of glancing and angle of deviation. So, let us start the class. Let us see what is reflection. For this, let us consider an opaque material. Let us consider an opaque material which has the flat reflecting surface AB. Okay. This is the flat reflecting surface AB of this opaque material whose characteristic is to reflect the light. It does not allow the light to travel through it. Okay. So, example, a plane mirror. Okay. So, let us consider a light source which is kept just above this plane mirror at a certain distance, at a certain angle. So, we switched on the light source. So, this parallel beam of light is coming from the light source and traveling towards the plane mirror, that is opaque material with flat surface, and after a certain time these parallel beam of light hit this reflecting surface. So, after striking, this parallel beam of light will not travel in this direction. Name this direction as 1. So, what happens as we kept this plane mirror in the path of the light beam? So, it is acting as obstacle and whose characteristic is which does not allow the light to transmit through it. So, what happens? So, after this beam of light, parallel beam of light striking the flat reflecting surface, they bounce back. From this reflecting surface into the same medium. For example, assume this is the air medium. So, after striking the flat surface, this parallel beam of light bounced back into the same medium from this reflecting surface and travel with that same speed. Okay. So, this phenomena of bouncing back of this light from this reflecting surface is called reflection, and the new direction of the rays which you get after the reflection is called reflected rays. These are reflected rays. Even after the reflection, as we discussed in the part 1, even after the reflection, the speed, wavelength and frequency are kept constant, and these rays are called as incident rays. Okay. As you can see here, give the name of this direction as 2. So, after this light beam striking this reflecting surface, this light beam has changed its direction from 1 to 2 in anti-clockwise direction. So, during reflection, all the properties such as speed, wavelength and frequency are kept constant except intensity of the light will change, and during this reflection on this flat surface only direction will change. Okay, only direction changes here. So let me give the definition of this. The bouncing back of the light rays from the reflecting surface after light striking or incidenting the surface of plane mirror. Is called reflection. So what is reflection? It is just the bouncing back of this light from the reflecting surface. So this is one of the properties shown by the light. Okay. So let us see the important nomenclature regarding to this reflection of light. So for understanding the nomenclature, again consider a plane mirror which has the good reflecting property. One of the plane mirror is polished with a silver coating and one of the surfaces acts as a reflector. This is the reflector, right? So for analysis, consider a ray of light coming from the source, incidenting this mirror at this point O. So we call this point O as point of incidence. This is the point at which light incidents. So give a name for this ray as AO. I call this ray as incident ray because it is coming away from the source and propagating towards the reflecting surface, and after a certain time period T, it is striking the mirror at point O. So that's why as it is incidenting, the ray AO is incidenting the mirror at point O. So I call this ray as incident ray. I call this ray as incident ray. So after that, drop a straight line, straight and imaginary line that is passing through this point of incidence O, and this straight line which is passing through this point of incidence O is making an angle 90 degrees with this reflecting surface. So I call this ray as this straight line, I call this straight line an imaginary line which is passing through this point O as normal to this interface, and it is commonly denoted by the letter N. So N is here the normal to the reflecting surface, normal to the reflecting surface. So as you can see here, so after the striking, it is clear that this incident ray will not travel in this straight line. So it will not travel along the path OC. Instead, as we saw just now, it changes its direction in anti-clockwise sense and bounces back from this reflected surface and travels along OD. And we call this OD as a reflected ray. Okay, right. So as you can see here, this incident ray is making certain angle with normal. This ray, incident ray AO is making certain angle with normal. So we call this angle AON, incident ray, and it is commonly denoted by the small letter I. So here I is the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. Okay. So what is this? It is the angle of incidence is the angle made by the incident ray with normal. Also, a reflected ray also making certain angle with normal, and we call this angle as angle of reflection, and it is denoted by the letter small r. So, r is angle of reflection. Angle of reflection is the angle made by the reflected ray with normal. Right? Okay. Also here, incident ray is making certain angle with reflecting surface of this plane mirror. This is the reflecting surface. This reflecting surface is smooth here. So it is also making certain angle with incident ray is making certain angle with the reflecting surface of this plane mirror. So we call this angle as glancing angle, and it is denoted by the alpha. So here alpha is glancing angle. Alpha is glancing angle. So glancing angle is the angle made by the incident ray, with the reflecting surface of plane mirror. So here this is called OC is called extended incident ray. OC is called extended incident ray. And this extended incident ray is making certain angle. This extended incident ray is making certain angle with reflected ray, and we call this angle as angle of deviation. So with the help of angle of deviation, we can measure the amount of deviation that is occurred in the light ray. So it is denoted by the letter delta. So the last one is angle of deviation. It is denoted by the letter delta, and it is the angle of deviation is the angle made by the extended incident ray with reflected ray. Okay, this is what we call angle of deviation. So we completed our discussion on nomenclature regarding to reflection of light, and we saw the phenomena of reflection. Now we are going to make a relationship between the angles alpha, I, R and delta. Before that, we should have to discuss the laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. Let us see. See, the first law of reflection. So this law states that this incident ray, this normal to the point of incidence, normal to the reflecting surface at this point of incidence, and this reflected ray all lie in a single plane. Okay. So give this one is the x axis and this one is the y axis. So this is the, give this plane, give the name for this plane as xy plane. XY plane. Okay. So plane mirror is placed along the x axis. Okay, right? So a ray is, this is the incident ray, okay, which hits the reflecting surface at point O, and this is the normal and this is the body. Assume one plane is passing through the y axis, okay, right? So this entire, these three incident ray, normal and reflected ray all lie on a plane which is passing through the x axis, okay, right? X and y axis, okay, this is x axis, this is y axis, and a plane is passing through this x and y axis, and all these rays, this incident ray, reflected ray and this imaginary line, that is normal, all this line on this a single plane, and this is first law, okay. This law states that incident ray normal to the interface, normal to the interface at point of incidence, and reflected ray all lie in a single plane. Ensure that this reflecting surface should be smooth. It should be flat enough. Otherwise, if it has rough surface, uneven surface, you cannot get these three rays, vectors. You cannot get these three vectors, that is incident vector, reflected vector and normal vector. Of course, it has a direction. And these three cannot lie in a single plane if this is rough surface on which the light is striking. So, ensure that it should be smooth, it should be flat. Okay. And let us see the second law of reflection. Second law of reflection. This law states that this incident ray, angle of incidence, this angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Okay. This is second law. Okay. Whenever there is a reflection is happening for the light on the smooth surface, and that light, that reflected ray will obey these two rules. Okay, these two laws. Now, let us make the relationship among the angles alpha, I, R and delta. We will do mathematics here. Relationship among angles alpha, I, R and delta. Look at the figure. What is angle A dash O N? Angle A dash O N is 90 degrees. And this 90 degrees angle is also equal to sum of these two angles, alpha plus I, right? So, alpha plus I is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. So, therefore, alpha is equal to 90 minus I. If you write this angle in radians, this is in degrees, and if you write this in radians, alpha is equals to pi by 2 radians minus I. This is in radians. Of course, all of us know that, you all know that 1 degree equals to pi by 180 radians. So multiply this 90 with pi by 180, you will get pi by 2, right? Okay. So now we made the relationship between alpha and I. Okay. So all of you see here, what is this angle? Angle COA is 180 degrees. So this 180 degrees angle is also equal to sum of the three angles I plus R plus delta, right? So this angle this angle I plus R plus this angle delta is equals to 180 degrees. According to the second law of reflection, we know that angle I is equal to angle R. So in place of R, substitute I, so that you will get 2I, I plus I, 2I is equals to delta, that equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so the final expression that you get, take this 2I on this side, so that you will get angle of deviation delta equals to 180 degrees minus 2I. This is in degrees, and if you want to write this angle in radians, so delta equals to, if 1 degree equals to pi by 180, so pi radians equal to 180 degrees. So here 180 degrees is equal to pi radians minus 2I. So this is the angle of deviation in radians. So in SI system you have to write the angle in radians only. Okay, so this one shows the relationship between angle delta and I. So you can further write this one as delta equals to pi minus 2R, as I equal to R, right? Okay, so remember this formula, alpha equal to 90 minus I and del equals to pi by 2 minus I. And what is the relationship exist between these two, alpha and delta? Let us see. We know that delta equals to 180 minus 2I. So you can write this one 180 as 90 into 2 minus 2I. So you can take the 2 as common from these two terms. So 2 into 90 minus I. So what is 90 minus I? We know that alpha equals to 90 minus I. So substitute in the above equation. So you will get delta equals to twice that of glancing angle. So this is also important. Or from the figure, you can straight away say that as this angle is alpha, so this angle is also alpha. So if I equals to R, with whichever the angle that incident ray hits the plane surface, at whichever the angle it hits the surface, with that same angle it reflects back. So whichever the angle that incident ray makes with this surface, the same angle is made by the reflected ray with this surface. So this delta equals to alpha plus alpha to alpha. Okay, right. So far we have seen the three relations: alpha equal to 90 minus I, delta equals to 180 minus 2I, and delta equals to 2 alpha. Okay, so let us see one example problem. A ray of light strikes a plane mirror by an angle 35 degrees with the surface of plane mirror then find angle of deviation B, angle between incident ray, angle between incident ray and reflected ray. Also, question number C, find angle of reflection, and question number D, glancing angle. Okay. So, what is the question? Let us read that. A ray of light strikes a plane mirror by 35 degrees angle with the surface of plane mirror. Then find angle of deviation, angle between incident ray and reflected ray, angle of reflection, glancing angle. Let us see. Let us see the solution. So, let us sketch out the problem. This is the plane mirror which is placed horizontally. Okay. This is the imaginary line normal, and this is the point of incidence O, and this is the incident ray I, represent it as I, and it is striking the surface at point O by making an angle 35 degrees, right? 35 degrees with the reflecting surface. Okay. So, the first question that we have to find out, delta. Okay. So, what is this angle? It is alpha. The angle made by incident ray with reflecting surface is glancing angle. So, delta equals to twice that of alpha. So, twice that of glancing angle. So, what do you get? 70 degrees. So, this is the extended incident ray and this is the reflected ray. So, angle of deviation is 70 degrees. And what is the second question? Angle between incident ray and reflected ray, this angle. So, we have to find here angle angle IOR, that is angle between incident ray and reflected ray. So, that equals to, what is this angle? Angle of incidence I. What is this angle? Angle of reflection, which is also I as per the second law. So, I plus I, what do you get? Angle IOR equal to twice that of I. So, if this is 35, what is I? This total is 90. Okay. See here, I plus alpha 35 is equals to 90. So, I equals to 90 minus 35. So, that you will get I as 55. What is angle of incidence? 55. Okay, so here twice that of 55, so you will get 110 degrees. So 110 degrees is the angle between incident ray and reflected ray. So second question is completed. And what is the third question? What is third question? Angle of reflection, that is NOR. So angle of reflection NOR is I, and which is equals to 55. And what is third question? Angle of glancing, it is 35. Okay. So I hope you understood this part 2. So we will cover further problems and we discuss the types of reflection in part 3. Thank you.